So I went to Talent X yesterday, and one of the most insightful recruitment events I've been to this year. And I wanted to share a few key takeaways that you can both benefit from as a candidate or a hiring manager to get ahead in today's market. So I'm not just going to post about, I went to an event. I want to give you some insights how it can help you. So let's start with candidates. One event I went to was talking about how when you're searching for a career and you want to develop your career, that it's a long-term game. So I want to remind candidates that it is a long-term process. The short-term wins, yes, they are great, but remember, what you're trying to achieve isn't going to happen overnight, so try not to get disheartened when you're applying for jobs and it's taking you a while. Another event I went to was understanding how you learn best. So they talked about a VARC method, which breaks it down into visual, auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic learning. So when you figure out how you absorb information best, you can grow faster and smarter in any role. There was also a talk from Aisling Smith on neurodiversity, and it was a really interesting talking topic. And one thing I wanted to give to candidates for this particular one is know that if you are neurodivergent, that is a strength. So 1 in 5 people think differently. That includes 25% who are CEOs and 30% who are entrepreneurs. So whether you're dyslexic or process information differently, you can still add value. So if you're interviewing, don't be afraid to ask for the interview questions in advance, or request accommodations that help you perform best in your interview. The right employers will support you in that. And lastly, Brittany Saunders was speaking about how she's generated her business, how she's built it up to where she's at now. So the biggest takeaway I got from her is do what you want to do and do it scared. So whether it's sharing your journey or posting that piece of content, visibility builds credibility. Be consistent on social, show your progress, and let people see what you bring to the table. So she even talked about when she was setting up her her career, like how you would be setting up applying for jobs. Why not try to document it and see where that takes you? So for organizations looking to hire, one big takeaway I had is retention is really important, so would definitely be a main driver at the moment. Word of mouth is still the biggest driver for new business, so if your people are having a great experience, they'll talk about how great your business is and you can organically grow. Inclusivity matters, so neurodiverse candidates from Aisling Smith again bring innovation and creativity to the workplace. Make small changes like sharing interview questions like I mentioned earlier for candidates, make them feel welcome. So whether you're building a team or building your own career, the key message from Talent X was clear. Success comes from trust, adaptability, and a long-term mindset. So I hope you had some takeaways from that. I certainly learned a lot from Talent X and wanted to thank everybody who was involved. If you want some more recruitment tips and techniques, I release one every Friday. So reach out to me if you want some tips or techniques, or check out all my other videos for all the tips I have. Thanks.